The work you do in private is not invisible. It is just unpaid at first, unclapped at first, unproven at first. That is why most people quit too early. They mistake silence for failure. They mistake no applause for no progress. They mistake a quiet season for a wasted season. But the forge does its deepest work before the metal shines. Steel does not become strong when the room praises it. Steel changes in the dark heat under pressure before anyone calls it valuable. So if you are building alone right now, with no audience, no result, no proof, and no one asking how it is going, listen carefully. The private work is already changing you. It just has not paid you back in public yet. You know, this season, you sit down after the job, after the noise, after the obligations, after everyone else has taken their piece of your energy. There is still a draft to finish, a skill to practice, a page to write, product to refine, a system to clean up, a body to train, a promise to keep. And part of you wonders if it matters. Because nobody is watching. Nobody is refreshing the page waiting for your next move. Nobody is clapping because you opened the laptop instead of opening another distraction. Nobody sees the tab you close. Nobody sees the second attempt. Nobody sees the hour you protected when your old life wanted it back. That is the test. Not whether you can work when the room believes in you. Most people can perform when attention is warm. The test is whether you can keep building when the only proof is the person you become while doing it. This is where the private builder is forged. Not in the announcement. Not in the launch post. Not in the public transformation photo. In the closed room. In the repeated. In the decision to keep going when the result is still too small to impress anyone. You are not just building the thing. You are building the version of you who does not need permission from immediate proof. Inside the forge, the blacksmith does not ask the steel if it feels seen. The steel is not placed in the fire for recognition. It is placed there for change. Heat enters before shape appears. Pressure lands before strength is visible. The hammer falls before the blade has a name. That is how private work works. It changes you before it pays you. First, it changes your tolerance. You stop needing every effort to feel exciting. You learn how to repeat the hour without emotional fireworks. You learn that some of the most important work feels plain while it is happening. Then it changes your identity. You stop asking, did this get attention? You start asking, did I keep the standard? You stop measuring every day by applause. You start measuring it by evidence. Did I show up? Did I make the thing cleaner? Did I practice the skill? Did I protect the block? Did I leave proof that the old version did not get full control today? Then it changes your eye. You begin to notice what is weak in your work without collapsing into shame. The rough paragraph. The messy offer. The sloppy system. The unclear message. The half-built routine. Private work gives you the room to see those things without performing confidence for anyone. That room is valuable. Most people are so hungry to be seen that they expose the work before it has survived the fire. They want public proof before private structure. They want the crown before the neck has learned to carry weight. But the few understand sequence. First the private hour. Then the private standard. Then the private evidence. Then eventually public proof. If you reverse that order, you become addicted to reaction. You start shaping your life around what gets noticed, instead of what builds power. You start needing the world to confirm the work before the work has confirmed you. That is fragile. The forge does not build fragile people. It builds the kind of person who can keep the hammer moving while the room stays quiet. So here is the turn. Do not demand payment from the private work too early. Do not ask 1 week of consistency to become a new life by Friday. Do not ask 10 quiet sessions to erase years of scattered patterns. Do not ask 1 hidden draft to prove the whole empire. Give the work its proper job. Its first job is not attention. Its first job is formation. For the next 24 hours, choose 1 private work block. Not a heroic day. Not a dramatic reset. 1 protected block. 45 minutes. 90 minutes if you can honestly hold it. No announcement. No explaining. No checking if it has paid off yet. Put the phone away. Close the door if you can. Open the work that keeps calling your name. Then make 1 piece of private evidence. Write the page. Clean the system. Practice the skill. Record the draft. Build the landing page. Review the numbers. Send the follow-up. Train the body. Make the thing slightly more real than it was before you sat down. When the block is finished, do not turn it into a performance. Do not run to explain it. Do not beg the world to validate it. Mark it privately. 1 line in a notebook. Private work kept. That is it. You are teaching your nervous system a new truth. You are the kind of person who can keep a promise without needing witnesses. That is not small. That is one of the foundations of a 1-person empire. Because if you cannot keep a private block, you will not be able to carry a public opportunity. The public opportunity only amplifies what the private identity has already become. One day, people may call it momentum. They may call it discipline. They may call it talent. They may call it luck because they did not see the closed room. Let them. The forge does not need everyone to understand the heat. It only needs you to respect it. Your private work is not dead because it is quiet. It is not weak because it is unseen. It is not pointless because it has not paid yet. It is changing your hands. It is changing your eye. It is changing your standard. It is changing what you can carry. So today, keep 1 block. No announcement. No applause tax. No demand for instant reward. Just the work. The door closed. The hammer moving. The old version losing 1 hour of control. Make this the vow. I will let the private work change me before I demand that it pay me. Back to the forge.